Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot. And today, you guys, we're just gonna look at whatever crazy stuff Spirit wants to show us in regards to what's going to happen either today or coming up in the near future. As always, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, form your own opinions, and please be kind to one another in the comments section down below. Okay, you guys, let's see. First thing I want to look at is Trump signed the bill to release the Epstein files. But I have a feeling that because they're launching those investigations into the Democrats, that they're going to hold a lot of things and say they can't release it because there's an active investigation. So let's take a look at the journey now of the Epstein files, where they're going. Are they going to actually release them? Let's be real. No, they're not. But let's just see. Let's dig on in, you guys. Okay. The Fool reversed. So I think we'd have to be fools if we think that Trump is going to actually release the Epstein files. This is foolishness, indiscretion. The challenge that he's facing with all of this, or the DOJ is facing, is the Two of Pentacles. This is all about finding balance, but the Two of Pentacles is also the card of ego and pride. So ego and pride, and they're trying to balance that with, the truth and following the law, and it doesn't balance. The energy that this situation is coming from is the Queen of Swords reversed. So this was women. So we have had so much of the divine feminine showing up lately in these readings. And I think it's very ironic that it's Hillary Clinton. But the Queen of Swords reversed is people who have made excuses for bad behavior. So that's all of the billionaires. And then it's all of the women that were brave enough to come forward and to speak truth to power. The energy of where the situation is going is the Two of Cups. Interesting. The Two of Cups is a partnership. It's friendship. It's cooperation. So this situation is going to bring together a partnership. I wonder what that's going to look like. People are going to unite together. I wonder if this is going to unite Republicans and Democrats who have a similar goal, which is to expose pedophiles. The overarching destiny or theme, Five of Cups. Look at this. This whole situation is heartbreak, grief for lost childhoods, grief for the survivors that took their own lives, grief for just the whole situation. It's terrible, you guys. The underlying issue, and you know what I feel like too? I feel like this is people not getting it, justice not being easy, it taking a really long time to get the full truth out. This is like people expecting that something's going to happen, and it's not going to happen. The underlying issue or the challenge is the Queen of Wands reverse. So this is all about, what's her name? The Pam Bondi, okay? This is the energy of someone who lacks virtue and someone who is controlled. So Pam Bondi obviously lacks virtue and is controlled by Trump. The energy of the bill that's been signed in the situation is judgment reversed. So this to me is like, we want judgment. We want this to finally come to the forefront, but it's going to be incredibly difficult. Okay, they're actively preventing, and they are going to continue to actively prevent justice from prevailing. The environment is the Four of Pentacles. This is desperately trying to hold on, and you feel like you're losing your grip. Hopes or fears? The Moon. This is keeping secrets. They want to keep secrets. They want to keep things hidden. They do not want things being put out into the light. And for final outcome for the Epstein files, we have the Four of Wands. Eventually, the information is going to come out. But I do not think it's going to come out through Trump's DOJ. I think it's going to have to come out some other way. I think so much is coming out through subpoenaing the Epstein estate that I think that there's going to be so much more information that they're going to get that way that's going to be so incriminating. Oh my gosh, did you guys see Trump at the Saudi Economic Forum? Oh my God, I wish he would just stop talking sometimes. Okay, so I want to just do a quick 3-card pull on how those people that saw Trump at the Economic Forum, what are people thinking about Trump right now? Other people outside of the United States, the world at large. I'm sure I can imagine, but let's just take a look here, shall we? Okay. We have the Princess of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. What else do we have? We have 10 of Cups and Prince of Cups. This is very interesting. None of these cards I would have expected at all. I'm wondering if they just love him because he's providing them with so many opportunities. Even though they may think he's not not very smart, they think he's great with as far as like all of the things they've been able to get away with. Princess of Pentacles reversed is a card that talks about unwelcome news regarding money and finances. So we already know that Trump is probably not someone who should be giving advice at an economic forum. The King of Cups energy is like very warm-hearted, diplomatic, charismatic. So I'm wondering if that is the energy of some other people at the forum that are sort of taking, or I don't know. I don't feel like that is Trump's energy. The 10, it could be. It could be. So we have the Princess of Pentacles. We have the Prince of Cups. This is an offer coming through. The Prince of Cups it's an offer, a proposal, wanting to make business deals. I'm almost wondering if this isn't Trump putting on a front that everything is good. Look at all of this. The American dream, affordability. Everybody loves Trump. Now let's put together these deals. Very interesting energy. Let me know in the comment section down below, you guys, what you think about this. Okay, I want to switch to some keyword cards just to see what other energy we can get for today. If you guys are ever curious to know what decks I'm using, if you click on the description box down below, there is a link to my website, which is just bobbiereads.com. And on my website, I have a page that has all of the different decks that I use. If you click on the deck picture, it will give you the deck information. My newer decks are all towards the bottom. All my decks are there. Okay, sometimes I get people that say like, what deck is that? It's not there. Trust me, they're all there. The only deck that's not there is this one. And it's because I made this one myself. Also on my website, I have a secure portal where you can book your own tarot readings with me. So if you've ever wanted to have your very own private tarot reading, I do live or recorded readings. You can check that out over on that website as well. Okay, let's stop here and see what else we have. Okay, so for male rapper, and I'm thinking that this probably goes with celebrity male rapper. Let's see what we get for this, Spirit. Let's get 3 tarot cards for this. Male rapper, celebrity. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the King of Wands reversed, and we have the Magician card. Knight of Wands is someone who rushes in and tries to, who's very hot-headed, okay? Someone who is ready for battle, someone who's really passionate. And then we have this King of Wands energy, which is tyrant energy. I'm wondering if this is going to be an argument, perhaps, between like 2 rappers, because we have, or 2 different people, a rapper and someone else, a rapper and a celebrity, because we have these two men facing off. We have a knight, we have a king. This is going to be someone younger, someone older, someone who's like maybe new, hot. Well, yeah, hot because they're both fire. Someone who like raps really aggressively. But this is some kind of like a conflict or some kind of an issue here with the King of Wands reversed. And I'm wondering if the issue isn't that this rapper isn't really gifted, really talented. You know what I'm almost getting? I'm almost getting like made a deal. with like dark energy to become successful, which is weird because I normally don't get like vibes like that. But the Magician card is someone who has all of the tools and they know how to use them. They're very gifted. They're an alchemist. They can create whatever they want. Let's get one forecaster oracle for this situation, please, Spirit. Can you give us a little more clarity on what is going on here? Civil unrest. People take action. So this could be a situation where people really get involved, pick sides. This can also be something that has to do with politics. So, you know, we've seen Nicki Minaj. She just spoke at the UN, and she's taking a lot of heat because she's very supportive of Donald Trump. This is a male rapper, so obviously that's not what it is. But I feel like it's kind of that energy where perhaps something is triggered, an actual social situation is triggered. This could be something to do with Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl and someone trying to stop him. Legal issues, someone trying to keep him from performing, doing something, not letting him into the country, even though Puerto Rico is part of America, so I don't know if they could do that, but there's something going on here, or trying to create legal issues for Bad Bunny. I don't know. This is very interesting. I'm very curious to see what is going to happen there with that one. Okay, let's move these out of, whoop, I just threw one on the floor. Okay, so now I want to move on to, gosh, do I want to do male politician? I think I do want to do male politician. Okay, so let's do the governance deck and see. This is the Trish James governance deck. Male politician, pursuit of control, someone trying to get control. There is a power shift and corruption that will be revealed. This could seriously be anybody, you guys, because, you know, but this is the energy that's going on right now. There's a power shift happening. Someone is trying to gain control, pull control away from the people who have it. More and more corruption is going to come out. It's going to be revealed. We're going to see more things. I'm wondering if we aren't going to see a male corruption being revealed in these Epstein document releases. This is a reason to not party, not a reason for celebration. We overindulged, and now look at where we are. This is Four of Wands. This is that energy of rite of passage, okay? This could be people celebrating because of information coming out finally. So no reason to celebrate here, right, for the male politician, but a reason for everyone else to celebrate because information is finally being revealed. And then the Wheel of Fortune reverse is luck changing. This is a karmic cycle. Karma is catching up, and this is luck changing, not for the better. Okay, let's get some what's the tea on this situation for this male politician. We have dirt digging, looking for dirt. Yeah, this is that corruption revealed. They're releasing so much information, and it's just going to continue. Hustling, making it rain, focused on money, getting it. This is trying to get, I feel like this is the energy of them trying to get as much information out as possible, redacting files as quickly as possible. And by they, I'm referring to the House Oversight Committee, what they have gotten through their subpoenas. That's not the DOJ. The DOJ, I don't think, is doing anything. Let's get one more. Dodging bullets. So someone has been dodging bullets, and I feel like that time is coming to a close. So we'll have to keep our eyes open and see what's going down this week. But I think that there's a lot of very interesting, dynamic things going on behind the scenes. And we may not be seeing everything that's going on, but it is playing out right now. Okay, we have military leader. Let's switch back to our United States of Tarot. I love this deck so much, you guys. North Korea shows up a lot in our readings. I had somebody say, you need to make other cards for like Argentina, Brazil, like different places. So I did, and I still get North Korea all the time. Okay, what can we get for military leader? We have the High Priestess, someone who is very intuitive, someone who is very connected to their higher self, someone whose sense of intuition is very good. What they feel about people, they're usually right on the money. Then we have the Moon card. This is changes, things that can't be seen, things happening in the dark. It can be a crisis of faith. There's definitely things going on in the military that people are having issues with. We've seen military leaders resign, and I'm wondering if that's what this is, because this military leader, this is someone who has their conscience is guiding them. They have a higher thing that they follow. So this is someone, I don't feel like this is a bad military leader. I feel like this is actually a good military leader. Someone who might have secrets, things that they want to come forward and share. What else do we have? The Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Eight of Pentacles reversed is a card that talks about feeling trapped in your job. There is someone who wants to come forward and wants to share information. They want to share these secrets, these things that are kept in the dark, but they are afraid. And so they have kept their mouth quiet. Let's get a forecaster card. And I want to see, where is this going? Can we see, are they going to share this information? Are they not? Boundary challenge, border issues. So this could be something that has to do with the border, specifically with Mexico. Now, if you guys saw my reading on end of the year, the rest of 2025 energy, we did get an attack on Mexico, which was kind of surprising. Well, since then, now we've seen, Trump threatening Mexico. And so I'm wondering if this is someone coming forward relating to that, or someone who has information. We have Spotlight Flux, entertainment. I wonder if this is someone like going on the record and sharing information. Very interesting, you guys. Let's get one more card. One more card for how this is going to resolve itself. Spotlight could be just shining a spotlight on what's going on. An animal signal, animal instinct speaks. I said right here, this is someone who's very connected to their higher self, someone who's very connected to their intuition, and that is this instinct speaks energy. Okay, so let's get these out of the way, and let's see what is going on with North Korea. North Korea is just always up to no good, huh? All right, North Korea, what do we have here? A decision that needs to be made, trying to find balance, but it's also that ego and pride. And we know Kim Jong-un is kind of that way. They're waiting to do something. Their hands are tied, something that they want to do, but they haven't done yet. And this is a plan or something that they have been thinking about doing for a long time. Six of Cups is nostalgia. It's like looking back on the past. So there's a decision that they're trying to make, something that they want to do, but their hands are tied. But it goes back to original plans, goals, purpose. Okay? Okay, you guys. Now what I want to do is switch gears, and I want to go to an oracle card. Now that we've seen what we can expect as far as just the energy of today or what's coming towards us, what would Spirit like for us to know, to navigate through this day? What do you have for us today, Spirit? And what message do you have for us, or what would you like for us to know? Oh, Star Keeper. This is Cosmic Ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded. So let's find this definition in the book. It says, you're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in a unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all its species is coming to a head. The more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you'll be. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you'll anchor onto this planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. The more soul fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. You may be called to be in different places in the world, to anchor this light, perhaps by taking a trip or living in a certain location. You may also find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become and the less reactive humanity will be. You're here for a double mission, to grow as an individual and as part of a larger collective that's bringing about a shift in frequency. Trust that you can be in the world, but not of it, and lead a truly glorious life. It's so interesting, that concept of following or going where you're called to go. I have lived in a lot of different places, but I've spent the majority of my life in Washington State. And it wasn't until I moved to Arizona when I was, I don't know, like 41 or 42, that I started to really be able to tap into my, I don't know if you want to call it like psychic abilities or connection or whatever. It wasn't until I was on, and to me, the land of Arizona is sacred. There's so many native tribes that have inhabited this land. There is so much just mystery and beauty in the state with the Grand Canyon and Sedona, and just there's so many things here. The desert. There's just something for me that was really magical. I was called to be here. And once I got to Arizona, I started having awakening symptoms. And then I followed that one step further and moved to the Sedona area because I was so called. I was living down in Yuma, which is very southern. I was on the Mexico border, but I was called to be in the Sedona area for spiritual reasons. And here I am, and so I would encourage you to follow your heart, your instinct, to go where you're called. I know some of you might say like, well, I don't have the money or the resources. Well, I didn't either. I just trusted Spirit. Spirit got me here. I said, Spirit, show me what to do and I'll do it. Lead me, show me the way. And that is exactly how I got here. Okay. But I would really encourage you guys, or even if it's just taking a trip, or if you feel called to go somewhere, especially right now with the energy and the vibration being so potent, go. If you can, go. Okay. I know some people right now are feeling called to move to different places. Now, I do want to say this. Okay. Some people want to move to different countries right now to avoid the chaos that's going on in the US. And I do want to say this, from what I've seen in the future, it doesn't matter where you go, the chaos is going to be everywhere. Okay. So I want to give some people some peace that can't get out of the US and they're like, I want to get out of here. There's going to be places of chaos and places where people are fine. Okay. So please don't stress on that one. But if you're being called to go somewhere, this is the time. Spirit is moving people to be where we need to be at this specific time. So follow that intuition. Let me know in the comment section down below where you've either been called to go or where you're currently being called to go. I would love to see that down below, to just kind of see like what areas, and see if we can like find some commonality, because we may like look and see if there's other people in the comment section that are called to go where you're called to go. Okay. All right, you guys, if you're still with me, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is free and a fantastic, fantastic way to support my channel. And if you would like to take your support of my channel one step further, you can become a member. Membership is 99 cents a month, and members get access to member exclusive content. The link to join is in the description box down below. So just click where it says more, it'll expand, and there's all kinds of good stuff in there, like the membership info, the link to my website, all that good stuff. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me while I flip cards, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.